Welcome everybody, I hope you are doing well. On this episode of Check This Out, we're going to go back to the Zojirushi Virtuoso bread machine. The last recipe I made was something that was in the book and something that anybody who buys the machine can make this recipe because it's already in the book. I found another one that I want to give a try, and we're both going to be trying it here together. This one is buttermilk bread in the Zojirushi. I'm a fan of sourdough bread, and I'm hoping that the sourness of the culture in the buttermilk will kind of give me a sour taste to this bread, something like sourdough. Let's go over to the Zojirushi Virtuoso bread machine and let's get started. Okay, here we go. Just one little tip that I found out. A lot of people with the Zojirushi have experienced problems with their bread loaves baking unevenly. I saw one gentleman on YouTube that said that if you align the blades both the same direction, you don't get that anymore, and I found that to be true with most of them. So let's get started. Zojirushi always recommends that you put in your liquid ingredients first, so I'm taking 1 3/4 cups plus 2 tablespoons of buttermilk. Then I'm going to add 4 1/2 cups of bread flour. I didn't have bread flour, but another tip, if you don't have bread flour, I usually just buy all-purpose and add just a little bit of vital gluten to it. So I'm taking about 4 1/4 cups plus 3 tablespoons of vital gluten, and that'll give you just about the same protein content as bread flour. Okay, now we're going to make a little well here for our yeast to kind of keep it away from the salt. And we're going to take 2 tablespoons of sugar, ¼ teaspoon of baking soda, 2 tablespoons softened butter, 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt, two tablespoons of dried milk powder, gives us even a little more protein with that, and 2 teaspoons of active dry yeast. They call for the active dry yeast here, not the rapid rise. And that should be about it for the ingredients. Now the instructions call for us to set the cycle to basic. So course, basic is, I believe that's 1. It says white bread, so I guess that qualifies. And the crust control, light, medium, let's go with medium on that. And I think all we have to do then is press start. All right, it's on a rest period for right now. It's going to stabilize the temperature of all the ingredients. Then it'll start kneading. Once it starts kneading, we'll come back and take a look at it again and see if we need to add any more liquid or flour, because as you probably know, the moisture content of flour changes, and it's not an exact science with the amount of liquid they give you, especially since this one's not from the Zojirushi company. So we don't know what we're getting. This is the first time that I'm doing this, and we both get to find out together whether the liquid content was enough or not. All right, well, let's check back when it starts kneading. Okay, the bread had started kneading. We got the dough going in here. Let's take a look at it and see how it's coming together. Not too bad, not too bad. It looks like a pretty smooth dough ball. It'll get smoother as it needs more. Nice and moist, but not dry and not too tacky. I think that's going to be good. Let's close the lid and let it finish out the cycle, and when we come back we should have bread. Okay, it looks like it's well risen and it's getting ready to bake. Let's take a quick look at it and see how it's doing. Okay, I think it's working. Let's close it back down and let it bake. Okay, it just beeped and it's on keep warm right now. And from what I can see, I think it's going to be amazing. Let's take a look. Oh, that is gorgeous. See, that's what's so nice about the Virtuoso Plus. They got the Virtuoso and the Virtuoso Plus. The Plus has a heating element up in the top of it. So if you've got a bread that rises up over the top of the pan, this heating element in the top browns it just as beautiful. Just so beautiful. That is fantastic. Okay, let's get it out, set it out to cool, and take another look at it once it's out of the pan. Okay, there it is. That looks absolutely fantastic. How does it taste? I don't know yet. It's still too hot. But we're going to find out after it cools off a little bit and I can cut it. This is absolutely a beautiful loaf of bread. This Zojirushi Virtuoso machine has never let me down. Never once. It has been, I've owned several bread machines, but this one here is by far the best one, and it should be. These are not cheap. But look at that. Okay, well, we'll let it cool down a little bit. Come back, slice it, put some butter on it, and see what it tastes like. Okay, now there we go. Take a look at the crumb on this bread. That is as fine as anything you get from the store. That is fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful loaf of bread. Well, how does it taste? Well, I got some buttered up here. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah. Soft. That is great. Just a slight bit of tang from the buttermilk. Soft, like a sandwich loaf. Beautiful crumb, beautiful texture. I highly recommend this bread. I will put all of the ingredients and the procedure in the description down below. And I thank you once again for watching.